Have you ever come across the term simple harmonic motion? Well, even if you haven't heard of it, you will have seen it in action in real life. For example, a swinging pendulum, or the vibrating strings of a guitar. So what exactly is simple harmonic motion and how does it work? So let's consider an example of the swinging pendulum, which is fixed at the top. When the pendulum is at rest, we call this the equilibrium position. Here, the displacement is zero. Now let's consider what happens if the pendulum is displaced from the equilibrium position and released. As expected, the pendulum starts swinging, or in more scientific terms, it starts oscillating. By looking closer, you notice that it's always moving back to its original equilibrium position. In other words, it tends to restore its equilibrium position. But how does it do that? That is a good question. There's a force we associate with this that we call the restoring force. Whenever there's an external force, an acceleration is also produced, as Newton discovered 300 years ago. Another example of simple harmonic motion is a spring mass system. This system also follows all of the characteristics as the pendulum. So what are the characteristics of simple harmonic motion? Firstly, oscillation has to occur about a midpoint. Secondly, acceleration is proportional to the displacement. And thirdly, acceleration has to be in the opposite direction to the displacement. The characteristics of simple harmonic motion expressed as a mathematical equations are as follows. We also make use of simple harmonic motion in our everyday life. When a car travels through a bumpy road, it jolts, and without the suspension system, the passengers would be bouncing up and down with the car for a long time. The springs in the suspension system helps the car return back to its equilibrium position as soon as possible after each jolt, with little or no oscillations. Another application can be conveyed in skyscrapers. Winds and natural causes like earthquakes cause buildings to oscillate. To prevent them from toppling over, these buildings have things called mass dampers inside them. These are used to help reduce the size of the oscillations and return the skyscraper back to equilibrium. Learning about the principles of simple harmonic motion is important in engineering. This is perhaps best highlighted by the famous Tacoma Bridge incident. Built in the 1940s, it was one of the biggest suspension bridges built around the time. On November 7, 1940, the oscillations produced by wind caused the dramatic collapse of the bridge. Although the bridge had no human casualties, it highlights how important it is for engineers to be able to predict the performance of their designs, as any unexpected failure can have serious and devastating consequences. We hope this video has been helpful, and thank you for watching.